Hey, welcome to the Fathead Yard videos, the Backyard Professor videos. Chess videos, yeah baby. Let's do some chess. Hey, the chess championships are on, just letting you know. You need to be watching them. I'm going to see if I can do some comments on a few of the games. But in the meantime, I'm going to share some really insane chess with you. That is quite fun. Grunfeld versus Tor, 1975. Let's see, I was 14 years old when this game was played. No, I don't remember it. It's all good. D4, E6. Knight F3. Grunfeld comes out fighting at F5. Oh, have we got a... yeah. Brain fart. I can't think of the name of this one. Anyway, it's a good one. I hate it when that happens. Bishop G2. You guys will let me know in the comments which opening this is. Come on. Come on. I know this one. It's the one that I never play because I suck at it. Yeah, that one. D5. Gosh dang it, I can't remember. You know, it's too close to Christmas. So if you got your Christmas shopping done, castled early, he's going in for the Christmas shopping special here. And Bishop D6, here we go. And, oh, it's right on the tip of my tongue too. This is embarrassing. I should know this one by now. Anyway, it's a good defense. boy, that sounds convincing. These are spectacular games, regardless of whether I can name the opening, and I should be able to by now, right? Holy shishka and Bob. How terrible is this? Oh well, you know. Some of us, when we get a little older, we get brain farts, but we still have a ball with chess. He castles. So now he's going Christmas shopping. It's the Christmas season. 'Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. That's the Hallelujah chorus. And if you believe that, I've got seaside property at home for sale. 300 acres for a mere $5 million. Get it now while you can. Now look at what Black's going to do. All right, now in all seriousness aside, Black's coming in hard at the center. Here we go. Now, what do you do in this instance? Gosh dang it, I wish I could. I'm going to look that up. I'm not even kidding. That's embarrassing that I can't remember that. My heck. I've got to start taking my vitamins. Chess's most embarrassing Backyard Professor moment. I can't remember the name of this opening. Holy shit, Bob. Yeah, you thought I was going to say something else, didn't you? It's all good. I've had a hard day at work. I'm trying to give you some Christmas spirit here with some good chess games. Bishop B2. Now, both bishops feeding kettle, right? So he's got the angles going if the center doesn't get locked, and it is locked. So what effect is this opening for white? We don't know yet. We're going to find out. Knight D7. Knight E5. Here comes white on the march. Now he's going to make black. He's tickling black's knight, so he's going to ask him, what do you want to do? Right? No kidding. Knight E5. Figure it out, dude. Well, look at this. He's going to keep developing. The Dutch defense. That's what Black is. Wow. Is that crazy how the brain works? Woohoo! Only on move 10. 10, that's the magic number. No, I'm serious. In the ancient Greek magical papyri, 10 was a big number. I'm not even kidding. Yes, I study that kind of stuff too. Those are over on my other videos. Yeah, where I study philosophy and history. Here I'm doing chess, where I can't remember spit. But in the Dutch, you do want to develop quick, because it'll close you in if you're not careful. And this is the hedgehog, Yeah, this is a tough opening to get to. So white's strategy of filling in the hole, mimicking black's strategy from the Dutch of filling in the hole and getting an outpost. This is gonna be, I predictify, a tough battle. But I have played through it first to show you, and it is a beauty. Okay, so he's gonna tickle the knight, okay? So, in this regard, rather than playing a passive defense, right? I mean, your knight, your knight, watch your knight. But notice how black does this. This is a real interesting psychological moment. Black ignores the threat. How many times have you heard me say that in my chess videos? Yeah, at least 200, truly. And instead, he will exchange the white knight, on the outpost. Rather than worry about his knight being threatened by a pawn, he takes out the white knight on the outpost. Really cool to see that. And now white will take this knight instead, right? Wrong knight to take. I know you want to exchange it because he took the knight. Of course, and either way, black had some real good attack options coming up, right? Well, we go check. You saw that one, right? You had to see that one. So the king goes no more check, but now black has a real good position. Observe that the development is roughly even, yeah? The white bishop is not going to get into this game, right? So, is the development even? Pretty much. This white bishop is purely defense, yes. That's not going to do a whole lot for quite a while either. Observe how black does this. This is so interesting. He attacks with check and a beautiful fork to the rook. Now, that's not bad. Black has that option. White, of course, really does need to exchange now, and the black is kingside, the white is kingside weak. Okay, now, what do you do when you weaken the kingside? You go after him. Yeah? Yeah. So, okay, how? Let's watch this. How he does this is so wonderful. First, you slide the queen over, take over the file. Queen h6, check. Right? The bishop comes to h3, and now the queen takes the bishop. Checkmate. Nice, simple, crisp. The observation is this center remained closed the whole game. So you can't fight in the center. So he sacrificed the piece to open up the kingside to go attack it. That's a nifty little illustration. I like that game. But now have I got a game for you. Mikael Tal versus Salnikov. And Tal's knights are insane in this next game I'm going to show you. Hang on, don't go away. You are not going to want to miss this one. Okay, let's jump on this. This Tal game is incredible. Tal is white, Salnikov is black, and of course Salnikov immediately forces Tal into checkmate here. Whatever. d4, d5, we're going to try the French just for kicks and giggles, and Tal, creative as ever, says, all right, let's go with the French, but I want to do this in an interesting way. Close the center, press forward, gain more space, tickle the opponent's the central influencing knight. That is pure Tal. So now, what do? You go to bishop d3. Okay, get a bishop out. c5, here comes the opponent. c3, Tal is going to focus on keeping his central pawn strong. Yeah? Knight c6. So, it's pretty good at this point. Knight to f3, here comes Tal. C takes the d4. Let's weaken the center if we can. Apparently, is the thought. All he does is he opens up the C file, however. It doesn't necessarily weaken the center. It does somewhat close it off, so his opponent comes and attacks the chain. Okay, so... No, I'm not making a mistake. Tal really did put his knight there. And you're going, really? Yeah, that's no joke. I'm serious. I'm not making this up. He gave his horse away. What on earth? Really? Look at the effect here, though. There's no way I would have done that. Yeah. Ploink, here, take a horse. Have a horse, you know. I don't want this horse. I don't need him. But look what it did. Look what it did. I just want you to see that. Look what it did. Look how it created a weakness already. Okay? Now watch Tal exploit this. This will knock you out. This really will knock you out. Queen h5 check. So you go, you know, seriously, I mean, Queen h5 check, you know he's going to push g6, yeah? But this is Tal. Now watch. Watch. Can you see what he would do? It's beautiful. He ain't going to monkey around. Check. And you're going, okay, now... He threw the horse away. Not true. He did not throw the horse away. The knight. No, he did not. It created a weakness. And he is exploiting that weakness by sacrificing another piece. Yeah? Now this is poignant. I'm not kidding. This is incredible. What Tal does here. Queen takes g6 check. Look at that. The whole side is just completely obliterated, but Tal did that through sacrificing his pieces, so he better hope he knows what he's doing. The good news is it's Tal. He knows what he's doing. King e7. This is beautiful how he does this. Now look at this. And you go, come on. Who would do that except Tal? You want another knight? Go ahead, take it. Right? But observe why the knight is safe. Sincerely, he's not going to take the knight, I promise. He's not going to take the knight. Because if he does take the knight, and notice how this knight move here really puts that knight in a wonderful position. Seriously. But he's not going to take the knight. Tal has opened up the board, so now Tal was going to go here and skewer the king to the queen. So you know the knight's safe, right? It's just fun to show you stuff like that. So Tal is being just as absolutely bold as he can possibly be. In the process, he really is putting himself in a much better position. That's the fun of this game, man. He just plonks it out there. Well, of course, bishop h6. That's the preventative move. He's got to protect that weak, and boy do I mean weak pawn. But guess what? it still doesn't work because Tal's going to take the pawn now. So he has sacrificed 2 pieces, man. 2 pieces to break out, destroy that kingside from castling, right? So he moves his bishop up to protect the pawn, and he snatches it with another piece. That is electrifying. I'm serious. That is really seriously electrifying. That is the 3rd minor piece. Tal has exchanged 3 minor pieces for 3 pawns. That's insane. But his position is really astonishing. That's the thing. This is so wild, it's hilarious. I mean, it wouldn't be if you were playing him, you know. But let's see what happens. Now, he doesn't even take the piece, man. I'm not making a mistake here, I promise. That's where Tal moved. Check. He didn't even retake the bishop. This is blitzoid lunatic, but remember I gave you a hint. Now this piece has been in price for the last couple of moves, right? Well, now you got checkmate. Kablam! I mean, only Tal could do that. That's fabulous. That is one of the more spectacularly fun games I've ever played through. That is amazing, isn't it? No wonder we love Tal, yeah. Okay, now I have another insanely delightful game with Keres, Paul Keres versus Verbos. Hang on, I'll be right back. I'm not done with you yet. I'm going to entertain you tonight like you've never been entertained before. Oh, that was fabulous. Now for a game of the great Paul Keres. This is just amazing what Paul Keres does here. D4, D5. So let's do another French, right? Now, Paul comes out here with the bishop. You remember the last game, Tal, he brought his knight out to D2 of all places. So he's going to bring out his bishop, and the pawn is going to fall. Okay, so he draws first blood, and now he brings the knight to D2. And now he's going to shore up the strength of his pawns at the same time. The lust for space, he's moving forward to gaining more space. Right? And so now he's going to directly attack the pawn, and he's going to say this is not comfortable, and he goes ahead and takes the F3 pawn. Okay, so Keres' position is interesting. He's down a pawn now, knight F3. He doesn't want to break up his pawn, so he'll take with the knight, developing a power, but he is down a pawn now, okay? However, more or less, the chessboard is open. I mean, there are pawns out there, but it's more or less open. So his opponent comes on strong, and now his advantage is, at this point, he really is quite far ahead in development because his opponent has been making a lot of pawn moves, right? So, true, pawn down, but he's way ahead in development. Now, in this instance, you have to play fast because, given time, your opponent will catch you in development. It's only a temporary advantage, so when you find yourself, see, he's got 4 pieces out here to his 1. When you find yourself this far ahead in development, play aggressive. Try to move fast. Don't be wasting time worrying about defensive moves, worrying about his bishop coming into here and pinning the knight and stuff like that. Don't think about stupid stuff like that. You're way ahead in development. Go man, go. Right? He brought knight f6, and now, oh, and he brought bishop d3, and now he's going to go c5. So he's going to hit the center again, and now you got a castle, that's true. Seems like a defensive maneuver, but it does get him castled, and it does get him on a partial open file. So that is a developing move, right? So he is still very, very well ahead in development, truly. So you're going to play aggressive. You're going to try to grab the initiative and never let it go. You're going to be tenacious with this. So he does take that central pawn. Okay, so he's a couple of pawns down, and the interesting thing is they're central pawns, so they're important pawns. It's not like it's a wuss pawn that he's lost. He's lost the central pawns. But he's so far ahead, development-wise. Let's see what you do with something like this. Retaking is fine at this point. No, you're not fully developed, but retaking is fine because you really do dominate the center. You're just dominating it with pieces and not pawns. But white is overwhelming right now. Just so you understand. So, again, another pawn push. When you see your opponent doing this with pawns, go, man, go. So he did. Rook takes that pawn. Notice how it centralizes a rook, right? And then another pawn move. Now he's doing a quick little gimmick. Oh, look. He finally forked the rook and knight. Big whoop. That doesn't do anything for him. Bishop b5, check. You're ahead in development. Pursue the initiative. Keres was excellent at this, right? So now the king has to go to f7. Okay, you're ahead in development. You gotta push hard. Here's how Keres shows us how it's done. Now, check. Now look at this. Check. The knight is pinned by that rook, so he can't take the queen. Now it gets tricky. You see how being ahead in and he's got crisscrossing and straight ahead attack everywhere. This is going to be a mass wipeout, right? Even though he's behind in material and he lost his central pawns, which is not something a grandmaster does a whole lot. I'm saying that's a pretty tough issue. So of course you're going to see the g6 pawn bump up. Of course, yes. Now, okay, and I'm reiterating this on purpose. Don't get flustered with me. You're ahead in development, so you want to press. You want to play aggressive, right? So your queen is under attack. Do you worry about moving her out of attack? Look over the position carefully. There's a better move. Don't start getting yourself in a defense mind and say, oh, well, the queen attacked. Well, yeah, of course he's going to attack the queen. You're putting him in check. So do you move your queen out of danger, or is there something better? You're ahead. Press into an initiative-based game. How do you do that? Bishop c4, check. Remember, you're way ahead. Keep the initiative. The king is exposed. Attack him. That's the best way. So now king to g7. See, now he didn't lose the queen to the pawn. Yeah? Watch what he does. Check. No, I'm not making a mistake, I promise. That's where Keres went. You go, you're sitting there saying, you're ahead in development. No, you are. And so you need to press forward and attack. You are. But that, that. Really. What a beautiful queen sacrifice, though. Look where it puts the king, you guys. Look how the king is in relation to the pieces, right? It looks like he's got an escape. But does he? Because it's a double check here. I'm just emphasizing that. This is a very excellent weapon. Artur Yusupov has a lot of information on this in his chess course. The double check. The power of the double check is really exquisite. And now we can see why. Because you were ahead in development. True, you lost your central pawns, but because you were ahead in development and you could do a systematic pressing, initiative grabbed based game and never let go. The bulldog grabs the bull by the nose and he never lets go. Now you got him checkmate. What a beautiful crisscross checkmate with the bishops. Now that's a great game. That was a nice queen sacrifice. His development was thorough enough that the queen displaced the black king by sacrificing her. Beautiful game. Excellent game. So, Christmas is coming. If you blink, it'll be here. In the meantime, between now and Christmas, I'm going to try to give you a whole lot more chess games just for Christmas joy, yeah? You'll probably be out Christmas shopping, which I can't blame you. Just be safe. Be safe. It's dangerous these days. So anyway, thanks for watching my Backyard Professor Chess videos. In the meantime, remember, be good, do well, have fun, make friends, and I will see you guys in the next Backyard Professor Chess videos.